everybody, my name is Danielle, and for my application presentation, I'm going to be talking all about media literacy from Chapter 8. Media literacy is already something that I'm pretty passionate about in life. I'm always encouraging my friends and family to review multiple credible sources before formulating an opinion and before potentially spreading false information to their friends and other family members. So our text defines media literacy as our ability to responsibly comprehend, access, and use mass communication in our personal and professional lives. So my story about media literacy comes from a very recent experience in life, just from last week's snowstorm. So I work in the apartment industry, and we were working very hard to make sure that we were communicating quickly and efficiently with all 500 plus residents that we have. One evening, my boss sent me a forwarded text message from CPS saying that the grid was about to fail, you need to prepare, etc. And she wanted me to go ahead and send that over to our residents so that they could be informed if they hadn't seen it already. Well, as I'm reading it, it just doesn't sound right to me. It's creating panic. The information just doesn't sound right to me. So I do fact check it. I go to different sources. I'm not finding any information anywhere. Finally, I end up at CPS's Facebook page where they had a recent post debunking this rumor. So by me using media literacy, I was able to stop the spread of false information and not send inaccurate information to 500 plus people and create more panic. So now that you've heard my experience, I'm going to make some inferences on why I think that my boss wasn't able to use media literacy in that moment. So the first one is an issue with the sources. So a lot of times we're getting this information from friends and family members who we view as credible. And that might be true, they might be credible, but they also didn't use media literacy and share this false information. And so now we're thinking that our credible source is giving us correct information when in fact they are not. So it's back to us, our responsibility to check that information and make sure that it is correct. Another reason why she didn't use it in that moment is there was a lot of noise going around, which would be things that were distracting her from the real meaning of the message. So we were in the middle of a snowstorm. She had a house with some problems going on in the house. She was also thinking of our residents and trying to do her job as well. So there's just a lot going on that prevented her from clearly seeing the message. So now that you've heard my inferences, I'm going to apply those to another situation. This one is from my personal life, actually from my personal Facebook page. So I have a lot of Facebook friends who share articles that are just absolutely not credible. They have titles that are very clickbait, a little alarming, and a little like far-fetched. And when I click on the article, of course, I'm curious. It pulls up and it's a news website that I've never heard of. The graphics on the website aren't very nice. You can tell right away this isn't a credible source. You read it, you can tell the author is clearly biased, and it's just not an article that we should be sharing. So what they could do differently in that moment, they see this information, they could do a quick search online, read a couple different articles, like 3 or more, to be able to get different sources and be able to put them together to get the truth of the message. A lot of times they're skipping this step because what is being shared in this article matches their own beliefs and their agenda, so we're just sharing. So in conclusion, media literacy, as you've heard, is very important and it should be discussed and taught a lot more. So if we all use media literacy correctly, we would be just overall so much more well-informed, and the spread of false information would greatly diminish. Unfortunately, false news is everywhere, so it's up to us to be able to correctly identify it.